Well, Mongolia reportedly willing to reopen negotiations on its controversial foreign investment law. This according to the country's president in an interview with the Financial Times. We've got a lot to talk about when it comes to Mongolia. Travis Hamilton, Managing Director at Khan Investment Management, joins Adam and I from the Singapore Exchange. Travis, really good to have you with us today. We really do look forward to talking about some of these frontier markets like Mongolia. I'm not so sure that you can call it frontier anymore. There's some expectation that this economy could double in size once every 3 to 4 years. But we can't forget that there are a lot of dangers and risks associated with that. I mean, we've got an election coming up. We've got these changes in the laws when it comes to foreign investment and, of course, corruption, which has been a problem in this country for some time, certainly getting better. What would you say to investors when they come to you and say, should we put these risks aside and invest in this country?
I think this is the time to invest in Mongolia, and that time is now. You're right, we do have elections coming up this month. Unfortunately, the growth rates have stagnated, and really, a number of things have stagnated over the last couple of months in the build-up to this election. The election, which is at the end of this month, though, regardless of the outcome, we don't see any significant policy shifts that will come into place. We think that the new government that will then sit for a 4-year term will be very quick to hasten growth and development in line with the previous policies set by the former coalition government.
How much of a risk is the protection of the foreign direct investments when it comes to the mining space? Because it's no secret that these laws essentially will rush through Parliament, a lot to do, of course, with China.
That's right. Although we actually view it as a very positive development for local legislation and regulation. It's an important evolution for the economics of Mongolia. It's important to note that the new legislation, though, does not restrict foreign investment. What it does do is set up a framework and a process by which the government can actually review and monitor foreign investment in several strategic sectors, and thereby ensure national security and the economic interests of the country. The legislation is not dissimilar to current foreign investment regimes already in place in other resource-rich jurisdictions such as Australia and Canada, and we view it as a positive development.
So, Travis, let's talk about investing themes in this market and how to capture this tremendous growth. I think you've noted here 23% real terms for this year, even though it's stagnated for now. But how can investors leverage on this growth story when the market capitalization for the top 20 stocks is still only about 1.6 billion?
You're right, Adam. The local market is very, very small and really in its nascent stages of development. From our perspective, though, we view the Mongolian growth story as much larger than simply investing in the onshore market. Our investment universe we put into 3 separate categories. One is the onshore market, the Mongolian Stock Exchange, where we have invested in 3 different positions. And the second area we look at is Mongolian companies or companies that have significant assets or operations in Mongolia that are listed internationally. And the third area is new issues that are likely to come to market. Fortunately, there's incredible, I think there's about 52 state-owned enterprises which are slated for privatization over the coming years. Not only that, there's going to be a significant number of private companies in Mongolia that will seek to raise public equity in order to fund their growth in the market as well. I'm
just curious, though, if we're expecting all these companies to come to the market and Mongolia is all about its resources boom, why is your onshore position not positioned in any of these resources companies?
You're right, our 3 positions that we have onshore, 2 core and 1 non-core, and we have no exposure in the local market to the mining or resource sector. That's because we actually view, or we perceive that there's more value in the resource and mining companies listed on international exchanges such as Toronto, Australia, Hong Kong, which are effectively companies that have a significant portion of their assets or operations in Mongolia.
Okay. All right, Travis, we are out of time. It's been great to have you with us once again. Thanks for chatting to Adam and me.
Thank you very much.